Travis asked a good question. Do we think that we don't think that Travis Hunter is going to surpass Brian Thomas Jr., right? And then what I'll say to that is, would I project that after seeing what he did as a rookie? I'm not expecting that to happen, especially early on. But we see it happen all the time. Remember, the Niners still took Brandon Ayuk in the first round after having Deebo Samuel have a great rookie year. The Bengals still took Jamar Chase in the first round after seeing T. Higgins have a really good year. I'm not going to rule it out. Travis Hunter has all the tools to be a great wide receiver, but we've already seen it from Brian Thomas, so my money would still be on Brian Thomas to be the more fantasy relevant guy, especially short term.
One's going to hurt the other. And that's why I said before, like, what Brian Thomas was kind of a sell right after the draft point was, I still think Brian Thomas is an elite receiver, but he was just wide receiver 4 overall. The odds of him doing that again now with Travis Hunter on the same team are much slimmer. Now, could they both be wide receiver 1s? 100%, right? Like, we can see like a Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle kind of situation. Like, that's completely plausible. And, but at the same time, if they're both like low-end wide receiver 1s, high-end wide receiver 2s, those are still championship caliber players. And I feel comfortable having both of those guys. No difference, like you said, if you have Jalen Waddle on your roster, you're not upset about it. If you have T. Higgins on your roster, you're not upset about it. I'm excited to see what Trey Harris can do with Ladd McConkey. So there's going to be tons of situations where we see, definitely in today's NFL, where there is 2 solid receivers on a team. How does that play out? We saw, I think, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith were both wide receiver 1s. And if you look back historically at finishes, I think if you go over the last 15 years, maybe go back 12, you'll see almost every year, Garrett, like it's really close to it, if not like where there's multiple wide receiver 1s from the same team, right? Like it happens. It's very plausible. And it really comes down to like points per game. And if your receiver who's wide receiver 14 his points per game is pretty close to wide receiver 9, you still have a championship caliber player. Could he pass him up? For sure. You know what I mean? Like it's definitely possible. But at the same time, if one's wide receiver 9, one's wide receiver 14, like, and it flips year, you're in a good spot either way. Dynasty, hot body, hot boy, Dynasty, hot summer. In Dynasty, it's so easy to find yourself on another league just because you just want to draft. Drafting is so fun. Fast Draft gives you the opportunity. And, you draft the team, then you set it, forget it. And then you open up the app at the end of the year and you go, look at me. Got so much coin in my bank account now because I did so well. So if you go on there, Fast Draft, use the promo code NERDS. They're going to match your deposit up to $50. And with that, they're also going to allow us to give you a free Nerd Herd membership. So we're going to give you a free 1-year membership to Nerd Herd, everything that comes with it, extra podcast, of course, the Dynasty GM app, which is the dopest tool out there in the world today when it comes to fantasy football and Dynasty. If you're already a Nerd Herd member, we're going to send you a gift certificate to the merch store. So check them out. Fast Draft.
Real quick, Rich, if we take Hunter at 1-3, is at 1-6, more than likely Quinshon Judkins is available at that point. So we could go Travis Hunter, Quinshon Judkins, or you can go Travion Henderson and see if a receiver like a Travis Hunter or a Ted McMillan's there. Of those options, which do you like to risk it for more?
I think I feel very comfortable with the way he wants to roll with it. His receiving room is really thin. Does he have some upside there with Leggett? Does he have some upside with Cedric Tillman for fantasy production? Yeah, he does. But like
McCaffrey,
and that's it. Yeah, we'll throw that in there, Pete. Nice package deal for Ladd McConkey there. I think it's a safe bet, Garrett. We made the move for Travis Hunter, and I'm totally comfortable. Like you said, like Junkins being there. Worst case, RJ Harvey's there. We're gonna get a running back that we like. I feel more comfortable grabbing a receiver here and taking what's left over at running back compared to the running back. Both receivers go after us, and then we're left holding the bag, and we're taking another running back here. And now we have 3 running backs, so we still only have 1 receiver.
Before we get into that, though, just a friendly reminder: if you're like, "Hey, this is so awesome," getting to see an entire roster be reviewed, I want that for my team. Go ahead and scan the QR code in the upper right-hand corner. That's how you will get your team looked at. We'll discuss the moves you should make. But you might be like, I don't need my whole roster looked at. I just need to know, should I trade this guy for that guy? Just put a little super chat out there. We'll make sure to answer it on the show. You do that, guaranteed to get to it. We answer some other questions at times, but no guarantee we ever get to that. But if you put a little super chat out there, we will 100% make sure we get to that question.
We just took Caleb Johnson. We just took Quinshon Judkins and Travis Hunter. So that gives us Devon Achane, Caleb Johnson, Quinshon Judkins. I feel really good about that, right? Really good about that. We have Travis Hunter and Ladd McConkey. Then we got the upside, like I said, Xavier Legette and Cedric Tillman.
And then Achane is here too.
So my question, Garrett, is with the 3 running backs we have now, they're all 3 young guys. We have the extra draft capital. Are we serving Daniel better? Like, if Cam Scadaboo's like, say all those guys start, Quinshon started 100%, and say Caleb Johnson starts, which we predict him to start, we're not really going to start Scadaboo most likely over any of those guys.
That's fair. I would have no problem going receiver there. For me, all of those 3 receivers or all 3 of those players are identical value to me pretty much. I like the receivers slightly better, but I would have no problem. But honestly, I think the best thing for his team at this point is honestly, if there's the right trade available where somebody really likes these guys, like I'm starting to look at, you mentioned Jerry Jeudy. Could I get Jerry Jeudy for 2-1? Like, I would like to see if that's a possibility. Could I get?
I would offer Jerry Jeudy and I would offer 2-1 and that late second we have. We have like 2-11, 2-12, I believe, too.
209, 211.
211. I'd offer 201 and 211 here, and hoping somebody gets. And honestly, if somebody's like, dude, I need a little bit more, I'd honestly offer my second next year, having 2 first as well, and offer 3 seconds for Jeudy there. That's the first move. It's kind of hard to sit here in a vacuum and just say, hey, we're gonna make that move. That's the first move you do want to do. You want to see if you can take 201 and find a receiver, preferably Jeudy because he's a little bit younger, or a proven guy because now we feel way more comfortable there. Say that doesn't come to fruition, though, which we can't predict. I would love to make that happen. Are you going Scadaboo here and just taking the best player on our board, or do you like the idea of taking Higgins to make sure we get him right? To make sure we get Higgins, and then if Scadaboo falls, sweet. If he doesn't, because I still think after this, there's still going to be some running back value there.
Yeah, I have no problem with any of those 3. So whatever player you want to take at 2-1, I'm just happy we're going to get 2 of these 3 guys. Yeah. So I'm good with whatever.
Garrett, I think I would lean Jade as much as, again, this is the problem I've had with Scadaboo. As much as I love Scadaboo, there's a lot of question marks there. Like, I believe in the talent 100%. There's a lot of question marks there. Jaden Higgins going to Houston. They just bring in Nick Chubb too, so they have a really good run game, right? With they have Woody Marks they traded for, Joe Mixon, Nick Chubb. Jaden Higgins locked into that number 2 role for the most part. They invested such high draft capital. I mean, his draft capital was so high, he got a fully guaranteed contract in the second round. That's what we're starting to lean for. So, like,
Jalen Waddle is another guy that if he's available, I think that's a great one that could really skyrocket. So another one where I'll give 2-1. And I'll give some other seconds if I need.
Oh, dude, I'd give higher than I would. Dude, I'd honestly, for Jalen Waddle, I'd give 2-1 and I'd give 2-3.
I would too. Welcome back to Roster Rescue. Man, Pete's done some work over the week and the weekend here. Things might look a little different. We got a new little cover screen here. Fast draft to submit a roster. Everything's looking good. Pete, appreciate that. Rich, how was your Father's Day weekend, man?
Good. I feel good.
Yeah.
The weekend was good. Getting ready to go to Cooperstown here on Wednesday. Just traded for Drake London 3 minutes ago.
Ooh, what was the deal?
I gave up Chris Olave and Brandon Ayuk in a 27 third for Drake London and a 27 fourth.
Dang.
Yeah, I kept
That
asking
is-
for a second, and he kept saying no. I'm not giving up the second and 27. And I got it done.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
a
happy
great
with it.
deal. I love that deal for you.
Listen, I like Olave. I do. Both the concussions and so
Kind of
unknown in that team situation. Like, and Ayuk, like, I'm just not a believer. And Ayuk, like, he's a
No.
very solid receiver, but it's very cloudy over there in San Francisco. And like, he's never even been a wide receiver one. Like, Drake London,
You traded a lot of question marks for a sure thing. That's fantastic.
Love it.
so really happy with that. So doing good. Right from the weekend. How was your guys' Father's Day? Hope it was stupendous.
It was a good Father's Day. I had a good weekend. Very busy weekend. It was fun because it was birthday weekend and Father's Day weekend all at the same time. So it was definitely a crazy weekend. Pete, what about you? Did you have a good weekend, man?
It was great. Yeah. Saturday, we were out and about a whole bunch, and then Sunday, my wife had to catch up on work stuff, so that's what I've been working on this stuff. So Sunday was fun too. But
Nice. All right. So if you are new here, this is the Roster Rescue Show brought to you by Dynasty Nerds. And we do a lot of different things here. One, we grade your rosters. We tell you what to do, what moves to make, what kind of trades, all of those kinds of things. You can scan the QR code in the upper right-hand corner that says submit a roster. And we're going to make sure that we go through and we get nitpicky about your team, your league, and how you can make the best use of your assets there. But we also have like what Michael and Mike just did, where if you want to just, hey, I don't know that I want a full roster rescue. I don't know that I need you guys to check everything out. I just need to know about a specific deal or a specific trade or things like that. Then you can just put in a super chat just like these two guys did, and we guarantee to get to those questions. So, in fact, let's get to both of these before we even get to our roster rescues. Michael says, in a 12-team league, start 11, 3 wide receivers, super flex, 0.5 PPR. I have Chuba, Achane, Pollard, and Hall. Is Hall a hold or a trade? What is his trade value? Thanks, #Nerderd. Michael, appreciate you. I know you've been in a lot of shows. Really appreciate you, dude. For me, Rich, I'm curious to hear what you think. For me, this is kind of the wrong time to sell Breece Hall. Right now, there's a lot of question marks about his value. And I know for me, even though I'm interested in acquiring him because I still believe in the player, the situation's murky, and they kind of keep doubling down on this hot hand approach, getting a lot of guys in. We have a lot of good running backs in the room. And I think if anybody's paying attention, now some leagues, they'll just go off name value. They haven't been paying attention, then they won't until September. If you can get full value for Breece Hall, then I have no problem making that happen. But that being said, I would say that I would prefer to just hold him at this point. Pete, you spelled your name wrong, didn't you?
man, I spent so long spell checking both of your guys' names.
That you spelled your own wrong?
Man, that's embarrassing.
That's fantastic.
Yikes. That's a
All right.
abbreviation right there. Am
There you go.
I a good volume right now?
Still a little quiet. If we could hear you a little more, that would be
Oh,
good.
Man. Okay.
But Rich, for you, are you kind of holding Hall right now just because it's not the best time to sell?
Yeah. So right now, Breece Hall's got an ADP of running back 8 right now. That's the range he's going in. And you mentioned the hot hand thing. It was actually funny. Anthony Edwards came out. Anthony Edwards is not. Who's the head coach? Anthony. Jets.
Anthony Edwards is the guard for the Timberwolves.
The Timberwolves.
Anthony. Oh, I'll check
Oh my
that
god,
out.
I'm having a
I'm
brain.
blanking too.
Or all blanking. That's insane, huh?
Anyway, head coach of
Anthony.
Glenn.
No, Aaron Glenn.
Aaron Glenn.
Okay, that's what I knew. It was like Anthony. Okay. So Aaron Glenn actually came out and he actually said he had a talk with Breece Hall, said they don't want to trade him, that he is the guy. And honestly, listen, I was never worried about the hot hand kind of thing because I saw Braylon Allen. Like, if you dig into Braylon Allen started hot last year, but if you look at his stats over like PFF, like deep into him, like he wasn't very efficient running back. Brees Hall's tape in my eyes of him coming out of college was special. Like he wasn't good. He was a special running back. And, the biggest thing you have to worry about Brees Hall is like, how does he rebound from the ACL? Like next year would be a whole full season in the clear. Usually that helps guys out. Some people bounce back immediately. Brees Hall looked like he lost a little bit of that explosiveness last year. So he gets back. And that's what I was a little bit worried about because he's an explosive running back. So for me, if there's any kind of dip on Brees Hall, I have a lot of Brees Hall shares because I was so in on Brees Hall. Like I would buy, but you're right. Now's not the time. Like now's the time to buy Brees Hall if there's any value dip because they'll be selling him for his potential, and he's still only 24 years old. He's still on a team that does not have a ton of weapons, and he's still a high-end upside running back, right? A guy who has a chance, like if he's fully healthy, he's the kind of running back that could be like running back 1 overall. Like he's that talented in my eyes. So for me, with his room, he's got Achane. And then outside of Achane, like Pollard's fine as a running back 4. You got Chuba, which is going to be nice in 2020, in 2025, but you still got to see how that all plays out in Carolina. So like you kind of need Hall there. Like those are the 3 running backs you have. And we love Achane, right? But they're going to include Jalen Brightness. Chuba should be fine. He looked really great last year. I'm with you. Like I'm not selling Hall right now. I'm just going to hold until in season. Like he's certain players, like you just have to like ride it out, right? Like you're in a boat. It's a nice boat though, but it's a rough storm. And right now the Brees Hall owners for the last, almost 18 months going on 2 years, like are going to be in this rough water. So I think Brees Hall's either a hold or a nice try and buy the dip, right? Like a good package player, kind of get on that ground level because when you look at the elite running backs, we just had like if you want to flip Brees Hall, if you can get like there's a rookie like a Trevian Henderson, and you want to make a lateral move that way, that's still in an ADP range, right? When you look at guys that are around Brees Hall when it comes to ADP right now at the running back position, so it goes Brees Hall is running back 8, Bucky Irvin's right ahead of him. Right behind him is Jonathan Taylor, Trevian Henderson, Kyrie Williams, Quinshon Judkins. Like if you're a big believer in Judkins, which I believe in Judkins, but more so Trevian Henderson, you can make that lateral move. I'd be okay with that. But besides that, I mean, there's not a ton of running backs that offer that like elite upside. And because outside, I mean, we talk about Garrett all the time, right? Like when it comes to running back position, how fluid it is, like you're really the only guys that you really want to hold on to are those elite younger guys. And there's not many of them, right? Like there's not, I mean, you got Bijan, Gibbs, we hope in Genty. Saquon fits in that mold, but he's not young. So he's about 1.5 point of that. And then we're talking like, again, Ashton Genty's rookie. Martin Hampton's a rookie. Achane has shown us, right? Like he could be that guy. And you mentioned you're not ready to put him in that tier, but he's pretty close. Like he's got a foot in the door. But everybody else is like Bucky Irvin only did it for 1 year. We mentioned Saquon's older. Like there's not many of those guys. Kind of like same thing. Like right now you got Brock Bowers and Trey McBride. Like Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, the wide receiver depth is a little bit more. So for Brees Hall to have a chance to be in that category, like that's what makes him a hold in my eyes. Like what's the point of selling at a discount those kind of players, right? Like unless you're completely out, like unless you watched every snap of Brees Hall and you saw him like, dude, you have a medical degree and you're like, this guy is not recovering, right? Like because I remember we had at the Fantasy Football Expo, and forgive me because I can't remember their names. There's a doctor, a man in the medical field there. He told me, he's like, man, Rich, he's like, this is years ago, right? He's like, Michael Thomas, man. He's like, just if you got any shares, get out. That injury, you don't come back from. Like he's not coming back from that. Like there's where it is. I looked at it, everything. Like he's not coming. I'm like, oh, cool. Thanks for the tip. You know what I mean? Like unless you have that kind of like conviction, like those are the kind of players you just want to hold on to, or those are the kind of players like you always want to buy. Like those are the ones I'm willing to gamble on, right? Those are the ones I'm willing to send a first round pick, and if it doesn't work out, sweet. But I want as much of those kind of players as I can. And honestly, those are the players I love to target in Dynasty. Those super high upside players that for some point, for any reason, whether it be injury, personal issues, like those are the kind of guys I want to gamble on. Because you got to remember, everything's a gamble. Like every player starting week 1 is a gamble. Anybody can have their knee blown out. Anybody's career come to an end. Just because they don't have injury history doesn't mean you get hurt. 1 minute you're hurt, 1 minute you're not. You know, every draft pick is a gamble. It doesn't matter where you take them. So What do you want to do when you make rookie draft picks? You're drafting the guy with the highest upside, right? Like you're taking your risk there. It's no different than trading players that are coming off injuries, and I think Breece Hall is the definition of that player. So, yes.
All right, let's move on.
I'm long-winded. I love Breece Hall.
You do. All right, let's move on to Mike. Mike, 1 QB, 12 team, no tight end premium here. We've got Baker, May, Fields, Gibbs, Bucky, Travion Judkins, Lamb, Neighbors, Marvin Harrison, Ridley, Kincaid, and Njoku, and Fannin. He has no picks in 2026, and he has 3 firsts in 2027. How can I improve? So this one's a little more open-ended.
It's a brag. This is a $10 brag to post on the our feed. How can I improve? You have 327 firsts. You're unbelievably young. Outside of quarterback, but it's 1 QB, so it's the least of your concerns. Your running backs are Bucky Irvin, Jahmyr Gibbs, Trevion Henderson, Quinshon Judkins, and your receivers are Marvin Harrison Jr., Neighbors, and Lamb.
Honestly, I would say the one area, if you were going to look to make an improvement, would be potentially tight end. Could you package Njoku and a first and get yourself Trey McBride? Like, that probably wouldn't be quite enough. You'd probably need a little bit more.
Yeah.
But
and listen, dude, Garrett, I mean, Njoku averaged 13.5 fantasy points per game.
Different quarterback, though. It's tough to count on for sure.
Yeah, better quarterback. It can't get different quarterback.
No, Jameis Winston's one of the most friendly quarterbacks for fantasy assets.
Joe Flacco's friendly with him as well.
He's good. He's definitely good. I'm not disparaging Joe Flacco. I'm just saying let's not pretend like that's bad.
I would say what I would be interested in, see, it's 1 QB. Could I possibly take a Drake May and something and like upgrade my quarterback situation to a more elite status to feel like more sure about it? Obviously, you got Baker. Baker's fine. He was like quarterback 6 last year. I'm okay with there. Justin Fields offers that upside. But you're right. I think tight end, I mean, Kincaid looked really good in OTAs. Really good. Really good are the reports coming out of camp. Just saying.
He's been dealing with a lot more injuries than I think they kind of let on.
Yeah, to get surgery.
Yeah.
We mentioned on the podcast, Pete, on the main podcast, like a report came out after the year he had to get surgery. He was hurt all year last year.
Yep.
That was kind of
and he played like it. It wasn't like rookie year, Kincaid.
So he's got 2 tight ends there that are solid. Listen, I think Calvin Ridley, I've said it on the show a while, is going to have a good year this year. He's in a really good spot just to be. You have those 27 firsts, but like you don't even need like to make a move. Like you have the depth to get through.
I would honestly rather wait till in season. I know it's more expensive. I'd rather wait till in season and see if an injury happens or if somebody really underperforms at a position and then go after that. Because right now you're really solid across the board. And if you stay that way, I'd rather just have the assets to reload in 2 years than I would sell them now. And I sold them for a quarterback or a tight end or whatever. But I had, Neighbors and Lamb both went down or something like that. And I really needed a receiver to compete. So if anything, I would probably hold at this moment and be willing to pay the extra premium in season for whatever position I needed.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the ammo in his back pocket with those 27 first, and he's got the youth to hold out and wait not to do anything with it. That's a ride team. Like I said, quarterback situation, tight end. I personally think he'll be fine at tight end. I don't think there'd be a worry, definitely with the assets he has around him. I think the only thing you could possibly upgrade potentially is the quarterback position. And 1 QB, that should be super simple. So like if you're in position to give up, like say Justin Fields like hits the ground running, and he's quarterback like 6 overall, like. If you can give up your first, which should be later, 27 first, and Justin Fields and get like Jaden Daniels or Josh Allen, maybe,
Sure. But even Baker was 6 last year, so it's not like
we would do that. Yeah, I wouldn't even like. Then if you really want to like try and upgrade it, you'll probably be in solid position to get Arch Manning or somebody in 27 as well to go along with those quarterbacks. I mean, really, you're looking to take those 327 first and then probably package those up to really get like Jeremiah Smith, right? Or whoever, like it could be Ryan Williams in that class or any other stud running back. You're fine. I'm sure he didn't mean that way. That's a brag post right there because he's done such a good job with that team. Yes. Like he doesn't need to do anything. And and listen, I get that dude. Some people just need that like confidence, not confidence.
Yeah, that confirmation of like, okay, I really am as good as I thought.
Yeah. I do it. Dude, I've been doing this for 20 years, and I still like, hey, dude, what do you think of this?
We text each other all the time on trades.
Yeah, like, what do you think of this? Like, and like,
Yep,
I know
absolutely.
which way I'm leaning, but I just want to make like, oh, you agree too? Okay, that makes me feel like
I'm not crazy. I didn't miss something.
Yeah, Dynasty always says you sitting here like with a trade offer or something. Like, am I missing something? Like, you're checking Twitter and like, hey, did somebody get hurt? Like, something going
Right.
on here, you know?
Right,
So.
all right, real quick, before we get into our several roster rescues that we have, I do want to announce something special we're going to try today. We've never done this before, and you could argue this is one of the best deals that we've ever offered. So we are going to, for the
Do you know about this, Rich?
I have a guess of what he's doing. I have
He's
a very solid guess. I think it has to do with the
Garrett's just going rogue. For the first person that puts in a nuke today, if they are not a Nerd Herd member, we are going to give them a free year of the Nerd Herd. There it is. I said it.
Yeah, we talked about this a couple of weeks ago. Garrett's like, what do you think about, like, you know, these guys at Nuke that aren't Nerd Herd members, like, they really need our help. You know, like, they really, like, they don't need our help, but they need our tools. Like, I don't say they need our personal help. Like, they need our tools. So they don't, like, it helps them not spend this money on nukes, right? Like, because that's, and then a nuke costs almost as much as a year subscription anyways.
Yeah.
So Garrett's like, what do you think, man? Like, what if we do, like, these guys that need the help, why don't we show them there's a way with the Nerd Herd that you don't necessarily need to nuke it? Because now sometimes you still do, because you need, like, hey, this is specific to me. Your tools help me, but I need your opinion on this. And I was like, yeah, that's a great idea. So yeah, if it's first person to nuke, we see that nuke comes through, Garrett will get a hold of you and give you a free 1 year subscription to the Nerd Herd. And that's all our tools, the app, website, everything, which is like, so basically like you're buying a year subscription and then getting a free roster review.
And if you already have it, then you can just use that code. If you're already part of the Nerd Herd, use that code and give it to your buddy. Happy Father's Day.
Yeah,
Smart move though. Don't give it to a league mate, or maybe give it to a league mate. But
like, bro, your team has been in last every year.
Isn't that like the ultimate trash talk? Like, man,
It really
you
is.
suck so bad. I got you a year free membership.
Yeah, I need to help you.
Please use this.
All right. A day, Pete. Man, this looks good. I like
Thank
this.
you.
You did a good job. All right, there we go. First team here, we have what's our guy's name? Here
Adam, Kevin.
Adam?
My bad.
Kevin,
Ooh.
Kevin or Adam, some generic.
That's a nickname.
There you go. All right, Kevin. We have, this is a PPR 1 QB league. We have Lamar Jackson as our starting quarterback, Tua and Kirk Cousins backing him up. At running back, Travion, Caleb Johnson, Aaron Jones, Tyjae Spears, and Ramondre Stevenson. At wide receiver, we've got C.D. Lamb, Brandon Ayuk, Xavier Legette, and Rashid Shaheed. Tight end wise, we have Trey McBride, Tyler Warren, and Mike Gesicki. Picks wise, he does not have his own first, but he does have somebody else's first, but he also does not have his own 27 first. Right now, this team is in sixth in dynasty mode. In contender mode, we are in eighth. So we are the true definition of a middle of the road team, and we do not have either of our own first over the next 2 years. Now we've got some young, exciting, up-and-coming assets. So, Rich, for you in this type of situation, I'm guessing we sold some of our draft capital in the future to get another pick in this class, like a Caleb Johnson or something like that. So, with this team, what direction are you going?
I am pivoting because I am in a rough spot here at receiver. Now, he's got some, I mean, CeeDee Lamb's a good wide receiver one. So you got that slot filled. But if you want to win, you got to overcome that. And you got Brandon Ayuk on there. We talked about him a little bit ago. He's not really going to help you start the year. I assume he's not going to be ready to go to start the year when he got hurt. And then you have Xavier Legette, the upside of Xavier Legette there. And then the upside of Rashid Shaheed, upside of Roman Wilson. But it's really, Pete, you're going to.
I was zooming in for you.
Okay, thank you so much. I mean, you got guys that like you got a lot of wide receiver 4s, right? Like Darius Slayton is a wide receiver 4. DeAndre Hopkins offers wide receiver 4 upside. Roman Wilson, if they don't bring anybody else in, offers Roman upside. But like, you need a wide receiver too. Now, the good thing is you have Tyler Warren and you have some running backs as well. But you can't. I don't know where you went with the draft. Like, I don't know. Like, I wish to see how it played out because I feel like you probably went like Caleb Johnson when like, I don't know what receiver would have been there.
We can actually pull up the league draft right now.
Oh, that's true.
Smackdown.
So we got Trevion Henderson.
Oh, don't do this to me.
I just want to see if there's somewhere where he went wrong here.
Okay.
So we took Trevion Henderson at 3, which I don't hate that.
Okay, he took Quinshawn at 6, so he must have made a trade.
Yep.
Trading away Quinshawn. Got Caleb Johnson. Oh, Caleb Johnson
Yeah.
got 1 pick after. All right, so it must have been something
I bet
small.
you. Yeah, a second and a third.
Okay.
I bet you that's what he paid.
Oh, so he was okay with getting Caleb over Quinshawn. I would definitely preferred Quinshawn there, but that's okay too. And he just missed out on a Emeka Egbuka. Just missed out. That sucks. In hindsight, I would have rather just taken Travis Hunter with my team. Look there over Trevion Henderson.
Rich, let me ask you this: in a 1 quarterback league, you know, when we're ready to really push it, I'm willing to kind of pay a little extra for an elite quarterback. But we're kind of middle of the road to borderline rebuild. Like Lamar Jackson seems like a luxury asset that we should probably capitalize on.
Yeah, I think so. I think we have the tight end in Tyler Warren and name value. I would have loved. He should have moved that pick 111 for receiver. Like Jerry Jeudy would have been nice. To be honest with you, like, can you flip Tyler Warren for Jerry Jeudy? I think you're right. Lamar Jackson is a luxury, but it depends where he wants to go, right? So, like, do we? He's not far away enough where, like, if we add another receiver in there, like, he's got a really good. He's got, like I said, if you add another solid wide receiver, just a one receiver, then I think he's in a good spot. Like, I'd have no problem moving my 26 first. That's not even mine. What's that? What first does he have?
He has Let's Invade Francis.
And put a contender mode. Let's see what team where they're ranked.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. It's a good asset.
Okay. That's a pretty good pick.
Good asset.
Are there any of those contending teams that could use a quarterback? No.
Daniels, Hurts.
No.
Yeah, that's usually the case.
This one could potentially. I wonder Caleb plus what equals Lamar.
I wonder if he's got so many quarterbacks he wouldn't even care.
He might not. He might not,
does
but
have
he's so
multiple
close
firsts.
to he's so close to those top teams.
Yeah.
That might be the thing that would like put him over the top.
I mean, if I had Caleb Williams, Justin Fields, Sam Darnold, JJ McCarthy, and Bryce Young in a 1 QB, like I'm not like it's like the worst team to possibly trade for like a quarterback.
Well, but he doesn't have an elite guy. He has a bunch of like lottery tickets.
No, I
but in
get
a
that
1
too.
QB.
I mean,
So,
but like, enough
I'd
lottery
at least
tickets
talk
where like
about
I feel really good about it. It's like when you get a
Sure.
lottery ticket, you scratch it off and you get $2. Like you scratch off $1 sign, another, like you're like, oh, I'm about to win $1.
Well, it'd be kind of like the
Sure.
thing there where if you're a contending team with Travion Henderson, you're excited about that. But would you rather have Saquon Barkley? Yeah, I'd probably rather have Saquon Barkley. You know, I feel like it's that same kind of thing. Like I could take the risk or I could do kind of the more sure thing. Yeah, that's the tricky spot. Most of those teams in contention window don't really need a quarterback. So I'm still throwing it out there. I'm still seeing if there's any other teams that could maybe want, like the team right above me, team 7. Who's their quarterback?
Stroud.
He might be willing to, because with Joe Mixon, David Montgomery, he probably thinks he's a contender.
Okay, but what?
Devontae.
Go back. Can you go back up to his receivers?
Yeah.
Oh, he's got Zay Flowers too, so he'd probably like that stack.
27 first plus what? What would you ask for, Rich?
Oh, dude. Well, we would need a quarterback back. We don't have another quarterback, right?
We have Tua that could survive us.
Oh,
like, we
okay.
could survive with him for now.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Then we're super thin. I would need I can't just roll in this. Like if that's the case, we're just blowing the whole damn team up, Garrett. Like I'm torn with this team because I don't think I really want to like blow it up, and you don't have anything to trade outside that first, to be honest. Like you're right, Lamar and Tyler Warren are probably your best assets to trade if you want to contend. Like I'm assuming he made those moves at running back because he thinks he could contend. Like why else do you make those draft picks?
I think that's the tricky part is I just don't know that this team can. I mean, it's ranked 8th for a reason, and those top 4 teams, we're just not anywhere close to those top 4 at this point.
I mean, we were trying to find a path here because he's so like I believe in Trevion Henderson. He's got Ramondre as a backup. Like I think Tajay Spears can produce at a like low end RB2 possible situation. RB3, I think he looked good, and obviously you have Caleb Johnson, Aaron Jones. Dude, nobody's giving you like you need somebody who needs a running back. Like that's you said, look who needs a quarterback. We need to find a path for running back.
Who are you trying to sell?
And I don't know. Like Peter
and that's the tricky part. And this is just like, and that's why we do these to kind of like talk through these situations. But just for everybody else, if you are not confident that you are a top 3 team in your league by making a certain deal, don't trade your future first, because then that's how you get stuck in these kind of spots where you're kind of in the middle, but you don't have the pick to fall back on in case you don't really contend.
Yeah, and this is my problem. He has that 1 first next year, which is a little higher potentially. He does have his 27 first. So like I'm just not trying to rush in here with him. Like, okay, let's do this. And his team's even worse. Like
right.
He's putting himself in position. So like the path to me is like Trey McBride. I mean, I said Tyler Warren. We might have to move Trey McBride.
We might have to split some assets in order to make it happen.
We don't have the depth at running back to really trade off the running backs. If we're really going to try and push, we need it. And we need a receiver. So everybody's like, and the good thing is like everybody needs Trey McBride outside the Brock Bowers owner.
Mm-hmm.
So I think like there's a potential like the trade Lamar potentially. Like again, if I'm trying to compete, Lamar's a guy who's an edge, right? He's a guy who's going to put you over the edge and kind of singularly walk you to the promised land. If Trevion hits at a high end, like those, like CD and Lamar and Trevion would be your like X factor. So
well, let me ask real quick, just as a slightly different route. There was one team we looked at with a bunch of like okay receivers. Do we ever consider CeeDee Lamb as a possibility as well, where we get like 3 or 4 receivers to fill out our roster and then get a pick or something like that? Like, is that something that you would be open to considering as well?
I'm open, Gary. I'm open to everything with this team except for like making it like trying to lose because I don't have any draft picks.
Right.
I have 1 draft pick that's not mine, which
looks not ours.
It looks okay in contender mode. Like I don't even know what that team is. Like I know in contender mode is lower. It's not ours. So like we just have to be very like we got to make sure we don't take a big step backwards because there's not a net behind us, right? Like we can't fall because there's nothing to catch us here. We don't have a lot. And when IU comes back, that's going to help. And Shaheed could be a solid wide receiver 3. I'm not saying that. One of those, DeAndre Hopkins can too. Like I'm okay with moving Lamb if we have to, but again, that's what are we getting back? Like, I mean, if you want to do I just moved Brandon Ayuk and Chris Olave for Drake London, right? So like that's what you're looking like. You'd be looking something along those lines. Yeah. We all agree, like we really like the London side. I think that Trey McBride and I think Trey McBride and Lamar Jackson is our best bet because like I'm okay with I get a quarterback with the upside to come back and lose out on Lamar. But again, I mean, Lamar was like a top 5 overall fantasy scorer. So we're trying to get him, like, if he's trying to take that big step forward, which he is because he doesn't have his draft pick for 2 years, like that's an asset. So I think Trey McBride, actually, Garrett, might be
our best bet.
Yeah, because we might pick package like let's find the teams. Let's go click on all the contenders are going to want Trey McBride, right? Like all of them. So like, can we just go contender?
This is a great team right here. Stop here. This team has like a few upside, but look at all those receivers that they have. that we could maybe get. Nico, JSN, DJ Moore, Jalen Waddle, Devonta Smith, Jordan Addison. Like, there's a lot to be had here that could make sense for our team.
Yeah, I would offer him Trey McBride for Jalen Waddle and Tucker Kraft.
I'd ask for even more, honestly.
Really?
I don't think that's enough. With Jalen Waddle's depressed value right now, and Tucker Kraft is just like a maybe upside guy, and we kind of already have that in Warren, like as our maybe upside guy. Like, yeah. I would try to do, honestly, I think I would shoot higher because right now Trey McBride's a second round startup pick in Superflex tight end premium. There's not a tight end premium here, so you lose a little bit of that there.
Yeah,
but
still in that range though.
But I would, he's still not going to fall much further than that, maybe to the third at worst. So I like going after Waddle because I think he's an upside player that's a little bit undervalued right now. But I think you could even potentially look at like, hey, I'll give you Tucker Kraft and Brandon Ayuk. You give me JSN and Jalen Waddle.
Wait, what?
Don't we have Ayuk, right?
Yeah, we don't have Tucker Kraft.
I meant Trey McBride. Trey McBride and Ayuk. Give me Jackson Smith and Jigba and Jalen Waddle. That's what I would be trying to shoot for with an elite tight end like that.
He's got Ricky Pearsall, so maybe double stacked there. I would definitely do that. I don't know if he would do that. I'd be fine offering Trey McBride straight up for Jackson Smith and Jigba, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and if that's the only way to get it done, cool. I'd be fine with that as well. I think those are the guys. Or if you wanted to do like, okay, I'll do Jalen Waddle, Jordan Addison, and a pick or something like that, would be another route that I would be okay going. Because now all of a sudden I actually have a wide receiver core. Jalen Waddle, we've seen him be as high as a wide receiver 1, but I think he could bounce back into the wide receiver 2. Jordan Addison's the constantly underrated wide receiver 2. Yeah. He's been that guy 2 years in a row. Those are guys that like fill out your wide receiver room behind CeeDee Lamb to actually give you a shot.
Yeah, Jordan Addison's the perfect fantasy dynasty receiver to have in your wide receiver 3 hole as a championship caliber team because he's going to give you wide receiver 2 numbers. He's only 23 years old. Obviously, Jackson Smith and Jigba coming off a wide receiver 1 year. So if I can get Jackson Smith and Jigba for Trey McBride, and I can get a Jordan Addison thrown in there too, but I have to give up some of that on top. What picks do we have, Pete?
I know we have our 20, or not our own, but a different.
We're not giving that 26 first up. We need something back.
I'd give that second.
You have 2 seconds and 27.
Yep, I would give the second and 27. I would have no problem with that.
Yeah, I'd have no problem with that either. So it'd be Trey McBride in 2027 second for. I still don't know if that would get it done. He's got a receiver in depth to get it and ask for Jordan Addison. I don't know if I would take that deal. That was presented to me. Again, Trey McBride is really nice though, but like you're also talking to somebody who really values Jackson Smith and Jigba and his production and his age. Mm-hmm. So again, 2 of those receivers that fixes the problem. Like you lose on Trey McBride, but you get the upside of Tyler Warren. You're right. In a non-tight end premium, like I'm willing to throw the upside of the tight end out the window. Yep. Even like, again, it's still hard to find.
Go after Jonnu Smith. We'll go after Jonnu Smith as a cheap fill-in. Zach Ertz as a cheap fill-in.
And you said, so Trey McBride and who else? Ayuk?
Yeah, if we could give, Trey McBride and Ayuk, and we get back JSN and Addison. Like I would be.
Because then basically, I think, okay, that might get done without throwing a second. You don't throw in a second. That could probably get it done because then you're basically trading Ayuk for Addison, which I'm totally okay with. And then you're trading JSN for McBride. And, and then JSN wins that side. So the Addison wins the Ayuk side, in my opinion. And then, so I would, if that works, that might.
If you can make it work, if you have to throw a little something on top of sweetener to make it work, cool.
I wouldn't really want to give my second the way my team is shaped, personally.
You give away the other guy's second. We have that other guy's 27 second.
Yeah, I would do that, I guess.
Mm-hmm. So I think that's one way. I'm still open to Lamar. I would throw it. I would just throw it out there because you just never know. A guy like that, anybody could start calling about a Lamar Jackson. So I would just throw it out there and just see, like, hey, He's
a
available.
hard one QB, dude, to move these
It
guys.
is.
Like,
But when you have a guy that was the number 1 overall scorer last year, like
Yeah.
you put that kind of stuff out there, like, all right, I'm putting the number 1 overall scorer last year on the block. Like, and
again,
just
I'm trying to win, and that's like one of our biggest assets, right? Like, so I'm trying to win. Like, we're making this move to win, not step back. So that's why Trey McBride, like, I'm way quicker to move Trey McBride than I am even Lamar Jackson and having two, because like he's the one.
the point difference at quarterback, I just don't think is going to be as drastic as we would see at potentially some other positions where we have to fill 2, 3, 4 of them. Because look at all the starters on this in this league. Pete, how many is it? How many starts?
Sorry, I was muted. It's 11.
Yeah. So we're starting a lot of guys in this league.
So he needs even more depth. I mean, you have Lamar, the number 1 overall scorer, averaged 25.6 points per game. He was the most by a lot. I mean, you got to imagine Lamar Jackson had 434 total PPR points, number 1 overall. At number 9 overall was Bijan Robinson. He was the 9th highest scorer in PPR, Bijan Robinson. Lamar Jackson had 100 more points in him. So he really is a true difference maker. So if we're trying to take this team where we need to be, I'm not as quick to get it out there because if we win, we get into money, it's going to be because of Lamar Jackson with the team we have. And everything else behind him is a bonus. CeeDee Lamb, when we come back to flirt with those wide receiver 1 overall numbers again, we're in a good spot. We need those running backs to hit. Trey McBride, on the other hand, in PPR, for example, was, let me go overall. So Jackson Smith and Jigba is 37 overall. And then you have Jordan Addison was 63rd overall. And I still haven't even seen. I have to be off here. I had to miss Trey McBride. Yeah, so Trey McBride was 39th overall.
So very close to JSN.
15.6. So him and them are a flop there. But you're just taking those points and you're moving into a position of need, right? Like,
and at this point too, that 26 first, I am very interested in adding either another running back or another wide receiver, because even our running backs, I like the upside for the future. But right now, to count on 2 rookies like a Caleb Johnson, like a Travion Henderson, that's risky business. So
yeah, but where that is, oh, sorry. Go
ahead. You're good.
No, where that is a contender rank, I think the value for that first is the longer you can hold on to that pick, and the more that team starts to
week
lose.
10, 11, 12.
Yeah, so right around week like 6, 7, when that team is like in the bottom of the league, and you could like, which would be, I know it's gonna be real tempting for you to hold on to that pick. That pick will get you such a good return of youth. Yep. Like, you're no longer trading that pick for like some guy who's just gonna help
Mike
you.
Evans.
Yeah, you're gonna get somebody who, like, legitimately like, hey, I'm out of it. I want as many high draft picks as I can. Yes, I'm giving up this young receiver, but it's fine because I want to get the number 1 overall pick, and I'm gonna have that pick too, which is gonna be high. So that pick is the secret weapon in his back pocket. That's why to make a contender, I'm with you. Like, I don't want to use that pick next year if I don't have to. I want to use that to trade as well. But that pick is going to gain value most likely in season if you could tread water. And I think the running backs, Lamar, to be honest with you, like, I think his team now could tread water because of the positional player, even having Trey McBride, Lamar, and CeeDee. Like, those 3 studs could help you tread water, and if those running backs hit, they'll push you closer to the front. But you really need that receiver help because you won't go anywhere without it. So I think that's the best move, that Trey McBride move. And if obviously that's one team, but that's the foundation piece you need to move. And hope Warren hits, right? Like, you need to hope Warren hits. Is there, who else says, like, I know we're doing a 2-for-1 deal. Anybody like
this guy has Kelsey, and that's it.
He's got Ertz too. Oh,
True.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it'd be great to get back Ertz just in case Warren doesn't hit.
So I don't know if this changes anything though, but they don't have to start a tight end in this league. It's
they don't?
4 flex.
Oh,
that kills the value.
It's 1 quarterback, 2 running back, 3 wide receiver, and 4 flex.
You took Tyler Warren anyways. Best value on the board, I guess. I would have tried to move up and get a Mecca Buka there, but okay, I get it. So that hurts. That hurts as well then.
At that point, then you probably are moving either CeeDee Lamb then or Lamar. Like there's
I mean,
just no other assets to move.
Well, no, I mean, dude, McBride still averaged 15.6 PPR points. Like he's still a value. He was a 39th overall, I said, scorer. Like he's still a valuable,
Sure, but
less valuable though. Like when we're trying to move a receiver,
right. The value is you're getting
somebody-
ahead of everybody else at tight end. If you're not getting ahead of everybody else at tight end, like
And it sucks. All these good teams have good quarterbacks. Like right here, I'm like, oh, can I flip Lamar Jackson for Brock Purdy plus? That'd be freaking sweet, right?
that'd
Like
be great.
he's got Jalen Hurts. Like now, to be fair, everybody wants Lamar but like people aren't going to feel like they have to make that deal with you. That's like
Where they have to overpay to get him.
God, I wish you would have taken Travis Hunter over Trevion Henderson. Because then he could have taken Quinton Junkins and Caleb Johnson. Or no, not he would have taken Quinton Junkins and held there. And now he has his first to move for a running back. And it's way less murky.
Yeah, it's less difficult to do. So do your best, but you're gonna have to move one of those assets, and then in season you're gonna have to probably look at moving your 26 first, and then hold on to your 28 first in case these things don't pan out and these don't go well. You don't want to keep putting yourself in the hole over and over and over again.
Who go back to the teams first we have. Go back to that team.
Yeah, let's see what it is.
We'll say there's
Just
a
love
path.
my
Robert,
cousin at
you're
the
great.
altar.
Let's see.
It's fantastic.
Okay, this guy. I mean, he could be seeing himself as a contender.
Rich, would this be a scenario?
Oh, I want this guy's first. Dude,
I know his team is not good, so that's the thing. Like, but he wants it back.
I ain't
I
giving
bet
it
he
back.
does because he's already got somebody else's first.
Oh, yeah, hold on. Go back up. This first is going to be a top 3 pick.
Yeah.
Go back up.
Really, his only real good asset right now is Jonathan Taylor and to
Chuba
some
Hubbard.
extent Chris Godwin.
And Chuba Hubbard. Yeah, that's it. And I mean, his quarterback's okay. And he's a solid quarterback. But yeah, this team's not good. Oh, that pick's going to be valuable.
But it's not an amazing class. Now there'll be players towards the top that we get excited about.
Somebody's a step up, dude.
For sure. But I would be really interested in season to see what about those other two teams, though? How bad are those other two?
Let's look at this guy.
Herbert, Prescott, Omarion, Rasheed, Jaden, Burden, Downs. Okay. He's got a lot of potential upside at wide receiver. And Isaiah likely
It's
he's
throwing me
building in
off
the right
because
direction.
each team has a tight end in the starting spot. So I wonder if there is still like you have to start at least one tight end.
Maybe
I would
if that's the
suspect
case, everything we said about Trey McBride is back on the table.
Because I haven't seen a team that hasn't started a tight end yet.
I would offer that team that guy's pick for Rashee Rice. I mean, listen, we talk, Garrett, at the same time, we talk about like waiting until in season. You can just tell people, like, dude, look at that guy's team. Look how valuable that pick's going to be. I'm offering you a top 3 pick. Like,
Yeah.
he's going to have a top 3 pick. Just go look at Joe Blow's team, right? Like, you're obviously not contending. Let me get Rashee Rice for that pick.
Yeah. And I'd even ask for more. I don't know if you'll get it, but just knowing that it's probably a top 3 pick, I'd ask for Rasheed plus.
Well, go the 12th team too. That's I mean, because I'd like to get somebody who's a little bit more of a sure thing. So this guy just drafted Travis Hunter. Go down. We're looking at receivers
I
here.
don't think this guy has anything on his team.
Okay. Go to 9. His receivers. All right. Can I offer this guy my 27 second and that dude's first? It's not going to be enough for Garrett Wilson. But maybe in season. I don't know if I'd do that for Rome. Because I mean, people can look at that guy's team like see it's going to be a top pick. Hopefully, he's probably got to wait till in season to move that pick.
I'm not the biggest Xavier Worthy guy, but would you do that first for Rome and Xavier Worthy if you could get both?
Oh, yeah, dude, in a heart, I would smash accept that.
Okay,
I would do that for Rome.
That might be something you're able to do.
Rome and Jaden Higgins,
and I would throw those out there to try to build up my wide receiver core.
Yeah, I would do that. Worthy be hard to get, but if I can get Jaden Higgins, I'd be totally comfortable with that. Like Rome and Jaden Higgins. Hey, anybody to throw in on top of that, right? Like
Who's his tight ends?
I would do that for Rome and Calvin Ridley.
Yikes. Oh, I guess Loveland.
Loveland and Ferguson.
Yeah, I mean, I would do that for you got Gadsden. I would do that for Rome and Calvin Ridley. That team's actually not a. If you could offer him and get Calvin Ridley
In Rome,
because Calvin Ridley is going to help you this year, and that's what we're trying to do, right?
Yeah.
And you get Rome, you get the upside of Rome, and I still believe in Rome. I really do.
Yep.
I think this team, obviously, where it's at, and you're offering a young pick, like it's pretty silly to ask for 2 young guys because they might feel like they're taking a step backwards there.
yeah,
I think
I like getting Ridley. I'd be fine with that.
Yeah, so like offering that guy's pick and see what he counters with, maybe, but maybe that just he smashed accepts that. Hey, Rome's got somewhat of depressed value right now with what they did in the draft. Like, hey, I'll give you the Joe Blow's pick. Look at his team, dude. Like, I'm not just offering you any first. I'm offering you, and you're telling them I'm offering you a top 3 pick next year, potentially 1 overall. Who knows? Let me get Calvin Ridley and Rome, and they're almost just getting Calvin Ridley off their roster at that point. I would do that trade for sure.
Yep. All right. Well, Kevin, best of luck. I know it's a tough spot, but lots of available options. You do have some good assets that you can move. Just make sure you're continuing to get value. You can't be losing value at this point. For luxury picks, you've got to be gaining value on this team and then look to move that 26 first. If you can't move it in the offseason, look to move it in season when people are for sure that it's a top 3 pick.
So many people find themselves in a position like Kevin where they blindside, like they want to go in, they trade all these picks for like the thing their team's better. Like they get
That's
narrow.
why the GM's so helpful.
Yeah, you get narrow sighted on a player, right? Like it's easy to find, and that's the trick, right? Like the trade you made was fair value, right? Let's say the trade you made for like to get that pick, you give your 27 first for X players fair. I find myself in a situation a lot where like people offer me fair trades, like the trade, or like even I might even like decide I'm being offered a little bit more, but doesn't fit my team and its current structure. You know what I'm saying? Like the trade's fair, what you get, but you have to like, you can't just be narrow, definitely on like just upside, like rookies, like all you and I, Garrett, we love Trevian Henderson, like absolutely love it. But like, he's not a guarantee, right? Like definitely rookies. Like, and to be fair, nobody's a guarantee, but like when you look, you have to look at where your team is and the structure is and what you're giving up, right? You have to have it. Okay. Yes, this is a fair trade. I'm giving this up, but now I have no draft picks and I'm real thin. Like now my draft pick could be number 1 overall. And like, what you don't want to look back at is like, all of a sudden, oh shit, dude, I just gave up Jeremiah Smith for Trevian Henderson, and Trevian Henderson's running back 9, you know, which is solid. He's running back 1, but like, or like, and let's say Jeremiah Smith turns into Jamar Chase. Like, oh my God, I just gave up Jamar Chase for Bucky Irvin. You know what I mean? Like that. Like it's so easy in Dynasty to get narrow sighted on players.
Yep.
And that's why like my favorite tool that we ever created, and it was my dream baby from since I started Dynasty Nerds, is a league analyzer. What we use here, right, to give you that bird's eye view, because it's so important. It's so easy to be narrow sighted with your own team and not look at like you can't see the forest through the trees, you know, because you don't know how good the guys are ahead of you. You don't know how bad the guys are behind you. You got to remember how easy it is to get artificially inflated in Dynasty because people are trying to tank, which pushes you up closer to that playoff. So you think you're a playoff team, but realistically, you're really not. Just because you make the playoffs in Dynasty doesn't really make you a playoff team. It's so easy like to get pushed into there by teams behind you. Definitely we have a lot of teams trying to tank. And you can find yourself in that situation, right? Where like half the league is trying to like losing it and they're fighting for the number 1 overall pick. And that pushes people to the top as well. So that team is like one of those situations where that's so easy to fall in that category where like you get this trade offer, they get this running back, like, oh, it's a fair deal. I'm getting Caleb Johnson, blah, blah, blah. And then you're like, oh my gosh, my receiving core is really going to hinder me here. And all you're looking at is CeeDee Lamb, Trey McBride, Lamar Jackson. Like, oh yeah, baby. And now I just drafted Trevian Henderson 3rd overall and I got Caleb Johnson, you know, like sweet. But like where's my path to win it all? Like we're in Dynasty, we're trying to, it's linked into redraft. We're trying to build championship caliber rosters within our time frame. Like you look at a 2 or 3 year window, but like realistically, for the most part, you're in a year-to-year window because so much can change in an off season with, or in season with injuries and trades and coaches changes. Like you got to live in that window every year of where you're at. And it's so easy to get lost, man. It really is. And make those trades that don't better your team overall to the point of where you can win a championship. Because like every trade you make should be for the purpose of betting on your team to win a championship, whether you're trading away to lose to get a higher draft pick for the long-term win or to win now, right? Like those are all that's always got to be the focus. Like our number one focus here is to win, like win it all, not be paper pretty, not do anything, is just win. So,
all right, let's head on over to our next roster rescue. Who we got, Pete? Nice. We have a nuke, and this is our guy, Andrew, correct?
Yes. And he has some notes. Do you want me to read it for you?
Perfect. I just wanted to say real quick, Andrew, like we said, first person to nuke is going to get a free year of the Nerd Herd today. And he got on it like right away. So with that, I'm going to do a second one. I'm feeling generous. We'll do a second one. If we get a second nuke in this show, we'll give another year of the roster or of the Dynasty GM. All right. Yeah. Give us the notes here, Pete.
So, by the way, is my microphone better now?
Much better.
Okay, good. So Andrew writes, "This is my home league with my buddies who got me into fantasy football when we wanted to stay in touch after high school. 20-year-old league.
Love
awesome. Haven't won in ages. Well, we'll fix that. It's a 1 quarterback, 12 team with 9 starting in the lineup.
Starts.
And his team is in contending mode, looks like right now. So
okay. All right. So let's look at this team. 1 quarterback PPR league here. Trevor Lawrence, Dak Prescott, Aaron Rodgers, and maybe Anthony Richardson at quarterback. Running back wise, James Cook, Cam Scatteraboo, Tony Pollard, Najee Harris, Jalen Warren. At wide receiver.
I swear I said it. I thought that said Marshawn Lynch. This is Marshawn Lynch.
Like, he still has Lynch? Beast mode?
Is this
wide receiver, pretty strong room here. Puka Nacua, Drake London, Jalen Waddle, Emeka Ibuka, Jordan Addison, Keon Coleman, Kyle Williams. Tight ends, we're stacked here. We've got both Brock Bowers and Sam Laporta. Pick-wise, we have our own first and an additional first in both 2026 and in 2027. Right now, Dynasty mode, we are in second place. Contender mode, though, we are in 5th place. And there's 4 teams with almost an identical score ahead of us. But, Rich, I feel like we are a running back or 2 away from being right there with those teams.
100%. We're going right down contender mode. Let's look at these running back situations because those 26 firsts, especially ours, is about to be on the move.
Yes, sir. Ooh, Achane.
Out the gate, both 26 firsts for Achane offered. Both of them. Both those 26 firsts, and you can have my second too. 2 firsts and a second for Achane out the door.
Love it. Love it.
Well, this guy might think he's a contender.
He might. He shouldn't, but he might.
Let's look at his picks. So, yeah, he doesn't have any picks. So
he's not making that deal. He thinks he's a contender. You tell Ari by looking at his team, he's not making that deal.
The good news, though, is partway through the year, he might realize that he's not. Is this the team?
His RB2 is Rashad White, though.
I know, but he
moved all his picks. He's got to try to contend.
Could he have sold out for last year and then
doesn't have his picks? It doesn't matter.
Which team?
Yeah.
Which team did we take there first? Because depending on where they're at, they might be thirsty to get those back.
4th.
Okay, so they're not going to be as thirsty because they're in contending mode. Okay, I was just curious.
Okay, let's keep looking.
Josh Jacobs, Chase Brown, James Conner, all guys that we could potentially be interested in. They have all their picks. So we just need to convince this team that they're not contenders. And honestly, you could just show them the screenshot and show them that they're not.
Stop here. This is DeAndre Swift is somebody I'm interested in potentially adding to my roster.
On the cheap, I would be. I'd give a second for him, but I'm not giving anything more than that.
It's going to take more than a second to get DeAndre Swift.
He doesn't have any picks.
Oh, wow.
Oh, this team's in a bad spot.
Zach Ertz.
This might be the team to give your free year of Nerd Herd if you already have it, Andrew. Ooh, team with CMC is open to blowing up his team.
Oh, all right. Head on over
So
there real
that's
fast.
this team.
Perfect. This is
Oh,
perfect.
yeah. A Joe Mixon and a CMC to this roster?
Well, you gotta add Chubb too, so you have the whole Houston backfield.
Sure. I don't think Chubb's a big deal, but sure.
I don't think it is either. I want
Just in case.
because he wasn't at OTAs too, so like Mixon might be hurt, as well. Because you remember they trade up for Woody Marks as well.
What's the rest of their team? If they're willing to blow it all up, I want to see their whole team.
AJ Brown,
Devontae
Adams.
You're not getting Adam. You're not getting AJ Brown, but I'm definitely interested in adding Devontae Adams to my already sweet team.
Yep. Okay. And then I don't remember the quarterback situations. He's got Josh Allen at quarterback. Who do we have?
We have Dak and
Dak
Keylaw.
can get it done, but it's not ideal.
He is, yeah. So it looks like he is open to moving Josh Allen as well.
He's open to Josh Allen
Yeah,
too.
one QB
Okay.
should be okay. All right, I would offer him.
Here, should I put this on a trade calculator
Let's get here.
or stay here? You said
No. I said let's go to the calculator
okay.
because I want Josh Allen too.
Make sure it's in dynasty mode before we do the trades.
Let's see. So Dak with what's the team
Who
name?
were our running backs again? I know we're trying to get it. I know we
James Cook, and then I think like Tony Pollard's our RB2.
Yeah.
Yeah, James Cook and Tony
Pollard
and Cam
I mean Jalen Warren
Najee.
potentially okay, but we have to make this move.
So we want Allen and McCaffrey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for both for if we throw back, who's his other quarterback? Can we throw him back, Dak? Like I know it's even one. It was blowing him up.
If he's in rebuild,
He doesn't have a quarterback. He doesn't have another. It's Geno. So
He has Geno. So, but if he's in rebuild, he
doesn't.
doesn't want to win.
Whoops.
So he's probably fine with that.
Bring up.
I mean, you could throw Trevor Lawrence back, I guess, but
I would rather just hold on to Trevor Lawrence and throw him Dak.
that's
back.
the thing. I just don't think there's any motivation. So for us, honestly, Rich, I would easily be willing to give my 2 firsts in 26 to get these guys. I don't think that gets it done. Are you willing to give your own 27 first on top to make it happen? Or potentially Sam Laporta? Remember, we have 2 really good tight ends, and this is not a tight end premium. So I think Sam
does he
Laporta,
want a quarterback back, Andrew? Sorry, Garrett.
I doubt he does. There would be no reason he would want one,
Okay.
especially if he doesn't want T-Law.
Okay. We're gonna offer him. Who's our other quarterback or tight end? We have Brock Bowers. Okay, so
We have Sam Laporta.
Okay,
as
so
well.
we're gonna offer him Sam Laporta for sure because I'm totally fine getting Sam Laporta off this roster, and then go back to the other team here. No.
Sorry.
What are we doing here?
Here we go.
He's got Hawkinson. Shit, dude. If he was blown up, I would offer him Laporta to get back Hawkinson and offer. Listen, okay. Throw in our 27 first.
Okay.
Click on Hawkinson. He's not going to give us Harvey. Do we ask for Mixon and Chubb too?
Yeah, I would want Mixon and Chubb.
Yeah.
This is a big boy deal.
Well, if he's willing to blow it up, this is how it starts.
Oh, absolutely. All right, let me see them all. How does it look? All right, so it says we still got a ways to go, which I feel like is somewhat fair. Like if he's going to be adding TJ Hawkinson,
But throw in Dak and then
he said he doesn't want any quarterbacks.
okay, do we subtract Hawkinson? Like that it just leaves us shallow at tight end. And I just feel like Hawkinson has depressed value. I know this is in our calculator, but we also have him ranked higher as well. In nice mode. So like
I would throw this out there. I would have no problem throwing this out there. Giving 2 firsts or 3 firsts and Sam Laporta for Josh Allen, Christian McCaffrey, Joe Mixon, TJ Hawkinson, and Nick Chubb. Like I love that for us. I don't know what we could.
I wouldn't give any more than that, dude. We're taking a lot of rent. We're getting 2
We're getting the old guys.
dinosaur running backs. We're getting a running back who was not healthy last year. We're flipping Laporta for Hawkinson, which I'm totally okay with. We got Brock Bowers, and he gives us another piece
And
of
Allen's
ammunition.
awesome, but it's a 1 QB.
Exactly. That's why, like, to be honest with you, I think our calculator is off. I don't think we're off that far. We're the one taking all the risk here. We're giving up.
It's because the first always get depressed value in the future.
Yeah, exactly. And we value those pretty significantly. So, yeah, I'm offering this. I think if that team wants to blow it. I'll tell you this: if I'm trying to blow my team up, like now the other guys don't want like Lawrence back, I would want the quarterback back just to have the trade away or to have something in my pocket. But I would take this if I was blown up. I'd prefer the Laporta side.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's perfect
there's a
if you're blowing
pretty
it up.
good world though that like this team in 2 years, that's like a high end 2027 first, right?
No, our team. It's our 27.
No, this is our first.
Well, if McCaffrey, do you think McCaffrey, Chubb, Mixon are going to be pieces in 2 years?
No, but I think McCaffrey would be a piece. It's not 2 years. It's just next year.
I'm just saying.
It's 2 years. Yeah, you're right.
If I'm rebuilding, I'm just saying like if I'm the other guy,
yeah,
I still think it's a good trade, but there's a world where both win out of this.
Yeah, 100%. And I think the 27 first is what really like that makes up the difference in the points in my eyes. Like we're offering him 27 first. So that gives him, how many firsts does that team have? That would give him what, 3 firsts?
That would give him 3 firsts on top of what he already has, which he already
326.
That would give him 4 firsts.
4 2026 firsts.
Yeah.
And 2 2027
I think you send it. I think you send it.
Yeah, ship it. And listen, I want to say this though. Like we're excited about it. You're taking a lot of risk. You're giving up a lot. Like I know what it says, like, but like you're trying to win. Like Josh Allen is going to give you that massive edge, what you need.
That you don't have at quarterback right now.
You have that massive upside of Christian McCaffrey as your running back, who now probably is your running back 1 over James Cook, but then you have 2, like, and then you have the depth of Chubb and Mixon, which isn't, you're just adding some depth there. And I love getting Hockenson back where you're just getting a little bit older at tight end, but you have Brock Bowers, so it doesn't matter. But I'm a big Hockenson truther as well. Like I think Hockenson outproduces Sam Laporta this year in fantasy.
It's definitely possible. It's definitely possible. Which then you could even turn around and sell Hockenson high if you wanted to and get yourself another solid backup.
Yeah, I think now your other move is you just wait in season or you start trading singular 26 first for running backs off of it. Like, okay, could you offer this guy your 26 first for McCaffrey? You know, like, hey, like, and then do we keep everybody else? Does that get it done?
And we could do
so
that.
Yeah, if you look at this team and add McCaffrey to it, is it at this level?
I want Josh Allen though. I think that's a big difference maker for us at quarterback, going from Dak to Josh Allen.
I agree 100%. 100.
So I think those two pieces, if we need to pare it down, I'm okay. But those are the two pieces I have to walk away with.
I agree. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm willing to, because everything else is so strong, dude. And listen, those other firsts you have, I'd offer them. Yeah, I mean, those are late picks too. So you're offering 2 late 26 first and a late 27 first for those. Yeah. But that guy's going to still get excited about them. I mean, you're right. You have some chance, but then you still have your 27 first in your back pocket or the other guy's team.
This will be a good 2027 first too. He has Henry, Montgomery, Jones.
Yeah, so you're keeping his and you're offering your 27 first is what you're doing.
Yeah, because your receiver core is pretty young, right? What's our receiver core again?
It's a really good one. Puka, London, Waddle, Addison, Abuka.
Yeah, we're young. That's going to keep us afloat. Him and Josh Allen and Brock Bowers, even if our running back room ages out, which it will after this trade, it'll age out pretty quick. But you can replace those with that type of tight end, quarterback, wide receiver core. We could keep going after, okay, in a couple of years then, that's Jonathan Taylor that we're adding and Breece Hall that we're adding because those are the old guys. And then it's Gibbs and Bijan that we're adding because that'll last you most of those guys' careers.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I think you're giving up 3 firsts. On the outside, some people are like, 1 QB. Again, this is where you be when you don't know what's going on with the league, when people trade out there. Like I think this is a win-win because if I was the other team, I would accept that trade. Like I would just, if I'm blowing it up, like that's how you blow it up, right? He's already got 226 first. Like, dude, I got 424 first, 227 first, and then he has other assets still to trade as well. Maybe he trades Sam Laporta. That's on him at that point, but I think that's a really solid offer. I know it says that we're winning this by a lot, but I don't think that's the case. I think this team, he wants to blow up. He's happy to get all those guys off his roster outside of obviously Josh Allen. I think he's happy to get all those. Those are all injured assets. Every single one of those except for Josh Allen, right? Like,
Nope.
and the only reason we're asking Chubb is to solidify Joe Mixon. That's the only reason.
Right.
Now,
I like that deal.
any other
Look, there was
things you
another
want to target?
team. If for some reason this team, you can't come to some sort of deal, like you said, we're willing to pare it down as long as you walk away with McCaffrey and Allen. You can pare it down however you need to make it work. But those are the two assets.
All the way down to CMC. I would give up first for CMC if he wants to start
but
there.
This I think is the other team that we were looking at. The one that had Josh Jacobs. Where's that team?
Okay, we'll find that. We were looking at Swift.
Devon Achane, I'd be
There we
interested
go.
in as well. This team could be another one that could be an interesting one. If you wanted to get Josh Jacobs, you add him to your running back core. That would be a less expensive deal that you could potentially get done
too. So
there you go. Get his backup as well. And they have quarterbacks. I don't know that any of them are necessarily going to be better this season than Dak Prescott. But if you wanted to take a risk on a young quarterback as an upside guy, you could. But you already have that in Trevor Lawrence. So at this point, this team, I'm not necessarily going after quarterback because it's not a difference maker. But you could add, if you just want to do a one-off, add a Josh Jacobs to your team. Or I'm not going after Chase Brown, but I think Josh Jacobs would be a good
want JJ. If I do for this team here, I would offer, being one QB could probably get done. I would offer one of those first. I'm like, pick a first you want, any first, and I'll give you for Josh Jacobs and JJ McCarthy. I'm chasing the upside of the receiver. We have Jordan Addison. I still think JJ McCarthy has a chance to be a very solid QB1 in fantasy this year. I really do. So like, again, it doesn't mean we're starting him, but like I'm chasing that upside, right? Like if I'm not getting Josh, I'm chasing the upside of a QB1 or like a la like a Baker, right? Like that QB6 kind of range. Yep. And I'm totally comfortable. Definitely on Marshawn Lloyd. I'd really be really good with giving up a first for Josh Jacobs. And if I had to give a little bit more, like if I had to sprinkle in like another like person on top for JJ McCarthy, like I'd want that too. I would like to chase that upside on top of the first for Josh Jacobs. And if he's like, hey, do I need a second back too? Okay, no big deal.
Well, and the nice part for us is I feel like I was disparaging Dak Prescott earlier. I actually like Dak Prescott quite a bit. We've seen him be a top 3 guy in the past. And that was literally with only CeeDee Lamb. They added George Pickens this offseason. So I do think that this could be a very good year for Dak Prescott. So I don't want to say like he's not worth anything. He's not worthy of starting. I'm just saying if you have a chance at one of those 3 guys, a Lamar, a Daniels, or a Josh Allen, you go after that because those are the true difference makers.
If I could stack Josh Jacobs and James Conner, I would give a little something. And honestly, Garrett, like we have to consider like, okay, do we offer, like we have so many deep young receivers, like we could offer a receiver in a pick. Like everybody gets it.
You throw out an Emeka, you could throw out an Addison, you could throw out a.
Everybody gets excited about like this guy has, like, so for example, could we give a Mecca Buka, this guy for Mike Evans or not? We have a Mecca, so it'd be nice for the transition there. Like Mike Evans and Josh Jacobs, right? Like a young, like not, so he has, do we offer him like not a Mecca? Cause we have, if we trade
honestly, what I'm going after is if I can't get a deal done, that mega deal that we were talking about, I'm doing what you said in the beginning, 2 firsts for Devon Achane and a first for Josh Jacobs. I move my 3 first-round picks. I've solidified my running back room to be special because now I also have James Cook as my RB3, and I move on from there, basically.
I'd offer this guy second for James Conner if he'll do it. You I think the big thing here is I think he can grasp what we're shooting at, right? You need
those 26 first specifically and get yourself a running back.
Yeah. And you have the receiver depth too. Like if you had to like instead of like, okay, you keep a first.
Or Sam Laporta.
Yeah. And Sam Laporta should be somebody you're moving. Like I mentioned this a couple of weeks ago. If I have Sam Laporta with any other good tight end, like I'm moving Sam Laporta off my roster. Like,
yep, absolutely.
Laporta might be able to get you back because then you could trade a first for another tight end down the road.
There might even be a contender, like not that I always want to work with contenders, but there might even be a contender that says, man, I'm strong at running back, but I really need that tight end. All right, well, I have 2 of them. You're going to have to overpay to get Sam Laporta, but I'll talk. You can always dangle that.
What's team 4 look like?
They're
So-
the only one that doesn't need
This-
tight end, I think.
Has
They've got
McBride.
McBride. It's 2 and 3 that you might be able to get something done. Mark Andrews, maybe.
Evan Ingram.
Evan Ingram, he's
likely.
underrated.
George Kittle.
And Kittle.
Okay. I like the deals that we came up with.
I do too.
And listen, those aren't like nothing cement. That's the groundwork of what we're working with. So those those contenders, you guys start talking about these bottom teams. You have exactly what they want. You have Sam Laporta, and you have first round picks. Like we are in such a good spot to take this team to where it needs to get. And I love the fact that he already knows that Josh Allen team is willing to blow it up, and good for that Josh Allen team, kind of knowing where he stands. So I think that deal, again, Garrett, I think that deal gets it done. I really do. We might still have some hang up on the Hawkinson and thing, but like, okay, then I'm not giving you Laporta, bro.
Yeah. All right.
If he's willing to blow it up. Like he's scared about his running backs. I think that's why. And like and you're offering him the solution. You got the Band-Aid to the cut. Like,
yep,
you're good to go.
Here's some future draft capital to make it all feel better. Reminder for you guys, we have 2 codes that you can scan in the upper right-hand corner. First one there is Fast Draft. Rich, tell the folks real quick about Fast Draft and why they should partner with us to play over there.
Yeah, Fast Draft is just, listen, if you want to enjoy your summer and still be involved actively, like not a lot of trades going down, and you just want to draft football teams, best ball is the best way to do it, right? You get in there, you draft a team, you draft it, and once it's over, you set it and forget it. At the end of the year, whoever scores the most points, because it's best ball, it automatically starts your best lineup. It's going to put you in position to win some cash. And I love best ball. It's just fun, right? Like, why do we join redraft leagues and play fantasy? It's just fun to draft. Like, that's one of the funnest parts about it, right? Like, you make a big deal about it. You usually set a time, you have drinks, you barbecue. It's like it's a hang and draft, and you rip each other. Like, Fast Draft is that, but just like that, right? You draft unbelievably fast. You do a whole draft in 5 minutes. And you set it, forget it. And right now they have that promo code. If you use the promo code NERDS, they're going to match your deposit up to $50. So you're going to get free cash on top of that. And if you do what I do, like just draft a team a week or like once every like 3 days, like whenever time you're bored, hey, I'm going to enter a draft and just get into a draft. Draft your teams, set it, forget it, see how much money you win at the end. Right now, if you join Fast Draft and you get on there, you're in a good spot because if you deposit and you use the promo code NERDS, and you enter a contest, we're going to give you a free 1-year subscription to Dynasty Nerds. Our apps, our website, the Nerd Herd, the complete shebang of the Nerd Herd. And all you got to do is just get in there and play a game. That's all you have to do. They're a fantastic partner with us. The feedback we've gotten so far has been absolutely tremendous. Everybody that's getting in there has made more deposits to draft more teams because it's so fun. And what I've been saying too is like Fast Draft is a new site, right? Like, you're like, oh, why are you getting a free Nerd Herd subscription? Well, like it's like any other company. Like you're trying to promote your new business. Fast Draft is a new best ball website created by somebody in the industry, and it's fantastic, right? Like it does the same thing as everybody else, but without all the sharks. So you have the smaller contest. So you have like you're playing against regular people, right? Like guys that don't just do it for a living. Because the big boy leagues, unfortunately, you have guys that are professionals in there, and they do it, they're spending $150,000 on lineups to win $200,000, which is pretty good. It's a pretty good week, right? So like Fast Draft will give you the opportunity to have a lot of fun and have a realistic chance to get in there and dominate the leagues. I've had a ton of fun. I play best ball on multiple platforms, and Fast Draft is one of them. So promo code NERDS, get a free year membership, and you're gonna have a ton of fun.
Awesome. You can also scan the QR code to the right to submit a roster. If you're like, hey, I want Garrett and Rich to talk about my teams like they just did for Andrew, go ahead and scan that QR code. We can make sure we get to yours. Or like 2 of our guys did at the very beginning of the show. You just like, hey, I just need you guys to talk for like 3 to 5 minutes about a trade that I'm interested in making. You can just put a super chat. You don't have to scan anything. Just put a super chat in there, and we will guarantee to get to that on the show. So many different ways to connect with us, so many different ways that we can help improve your team. So, Peter, what do we have on the docket next?
We have the Dynasty League. By the way, Andrew says that the CMC owner has said that a first will get it done. So
nice.
Oh, there you go.
Latest impossible.
And he sent that trade, the big boy trade, away.
The Megalodon.
Yeah, see if
keep
there's
us
if not,
updated
yeah,
with that.
totally, dude, totally comfortable just getting CMC for that first.
Yeah,
All right.
and then everything else. is a bonus.
We got Adam's team here. So, Adam, we've got another 1QB league here. This 1QB league, we have Adam's team, Baker Mayfield, Dak Prescott, Anthony Richardson at quarterback, Saquon Barkley, Kenneth Walker, Chuba Hubbard, Tony Pollard, Javonte Williams at running back. Wide receiver, we've got Justin Jefferson, Nico Collins, Calvin Ridley, Chris Olave, Jaden Reed. Tight end, David Njoku, Tucker Kraft. Picks wise, we have our own 26 first, but he was listening to us and got an extra 27 first with this team. This is a very nice team top to bottom. We are the number one team in contender mode. Dynasty mode, where do we sit, Pete?
Fifth.
Dynasty mode, a little bit lower. That's okay, though, because we are trying to win now with pieces like Saquon Barkley, etc. So let's go back to Dynasty mode or contender mode here. And then, Rich, what's the first move you're trying to make here? Because right now we're pretty solid across the board. We've got some really nice top-end running backs. We've got some high-end wide receivers. We're solid at quarterback and tight end. We're not crazy there, though, like we are in maybe some other positions. Are you looking to attack either of those, or do you feel comfortable with what they have right now?
I would same. So this team's kind of familiar with the last team a little bit. Where I feel comfortable with our quarterbacks. I would like to upgrade it in 1QB if I could, which is possible. I wouldn't mind. I love Jalen Wright. I like Chuba this year. I love Kenneth Walker when you stay healthy. I would like to upgrade our running back position, which
make Kenneth Walker a 3 instead of our 2.
Yes. So I would like to move our 26 first for basically another running back is what I want to try to do. If I can upgrade a quarterback, we can find a path to the quarterback too, but like in contender
would
mode,
you give like Chuba and your first to upgrade that?
Yes. This is part of what I'm thinking about here. Like, can we give a running back and a pick on top? And honestly, I'd even entertain moving Kenneth Walker. Like I would be like for the right price. If we can find the right package, let's start from the bottom and work our way up because that's where we're going to find the best value at running back, Pete.
Now, this is a 10-team league, so we do need to keep that in mind.
Okay, so quarterbacks. Okay,
there's going to be plenty of them. We're not going to be able to do we can get a quarterback. That's not going to be too hard. But everybody in 10-team leagues, for the most part, thinks they're a contender. Like it's funny how much just adding 2 teams changes things, but almost everybody in 10-team leagues thinks they're a contender, which is always fun.
This guy the draft has not happened yet, by the way.
So go back to the team that has a team that had a 1-1. It had.
Let's see.
You just
1-1.
I think it was 8 team.
8? That's 103 and 105.
So this guy has go back. 103, 105. So he likes draft capital, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bucky, he doesn't have any running backs, so he's not going to trade Bucky for a first.
I mean, so in his mind, he's going to be drafting, let's say, Henderson and Tet.
Well, who had the 1-1?
Or Hampton.
They're coming off
Team 7.
They don't think you're a contender.
Yeah, Team 7. Brees.
Yeah, there we go.
We were talking about him at the beginning of the show as being, potentially a buy candidate right now with kind of all the smoke around him. What would you be willing to give to get Brees?
I'm going to open up the trade calculator.
Yeah. Let's see. This is.
So I'm thinking, obviously we're offering our first next year, but that's probably not going to be enough.
No.
And so our first to start off with.
Yep. We're going to have to add a pretty big second piece to make it close. Do we have Chris Olave?
We do.
I'd like to know. I don't remember what the rest of our wide receiver core is. Obviously, Nico and Justin Jefferson. Who else?
If we're going to be Olave in the first, we need something else back.
What about like Jaden Reed in the first? Is that still something else back?
I would try. I don't know that that'll get it done. I think we tend to be higher than the rest of the industry on Jaden Reed. But I feel like the rest of the industry, like we're going to have a lower value on Olave than a lot of other people would.
I'm not offering Olave in a first for Breece Hall. There's no way I'm doing that. I would offer Olave straight up for Breece Hall.
Olave in a late first, I would have no problem with that.
Why?
Is there something you could get
I would want a
back?
little bit. I want a little bit back. Like we're still listen. If I'm doing that, like I want a more for like I listen. I like Breece. I believe in Breece, but like I'm still understand. Like we have to make sure that knee's okay. We don't know that 100% yet. So we are offering a 24-year-old receiver who has top 12, top 13 draft capital, and our first on a team that needs weapons that has and Olave could potentially be traded after this year too, because he was already brought up in some trade conversations. They got to get out. I mean, they can't extend Olave.
What other receivers does he have? Like, well, okay,
listen,
he has
we're
Jerry
not,
Jeudy.
And Garrett, we're not desperate. Like our running back room's fine. I'm just trying to upgrade it. Is what I'm trying to do. Like we're not even like we don't need to make a desperate move here. Like that's
I hear you, but look at the values. I mean, it's not desperate. That's roughly what the value is.
Yeah, it's pretty close. That's why I like.
Now, this team also has Jerry Jeudy. I know Jerry Judy's a guy that you've been interested in, and I'm interested to an extent as well. We have two tight ends. Now, neither one that we super believe in, but we feel pretty solid about Kraft and Njoku.
Yeah,
what does this team have at tight end?
Let's go check. That was team 7, right? Pitts and Schultz.
Okay. They might be interested in a tight end. And we can make a subsequent move later to add a Zach Ertz, to add a Jonnu Smith to back him up. I would be fine with that personally. Olave, a first, and either Kraft or Njoku.
Yeah, I'm keeping. I need
for Jerry Jeudy and Breece Hall.
I'm trying to. No, I need to try and win. I need to keep both those tight ends. I'm offering something else. Okay, I'm at.
I think that's a great deal personally for what it's worth. I would totally do that.
Yeah, but then if one of your tight ends get hurt, you're screwed.
I just said you make a subsequent move for Zach Ertz or Jonnu Smith. Like that's not hard.
I mean, in a vacuum, yeah. We don't know about this league. We don't know. We have to look. Why can't we just find a path here?
It's a very good value trade. I would have no problem doing that.
It is a little bit easier because it is a 10-team league.
Find a tight end.
Finding it, yeah.
We have 227 first.
Do we?
Yeah,
we do.
Okay, yeah.
So we have Ridley.
EMS. That's
we offer Olave.
This team looks pretty good. Just for 2020.
I guess I don't understand your resistance, Rich. Like maybe explain that to me. Your resistance.
Because then if either one of those tight ends gets hurt, we're in a bad spot. And you're just saying we automatically get a tight end back for sure. Like that's not guaranteed. Again, we're putting ourselves in a position of potential failure by not having a tight end start. I mean, yeah,
I think you're worrying too much about backup tight end right now. Like that's not a huge concern. What we need is this gives us a really good third receiver who I would argue is just as good, if not better, for this season than you would rather have Chris Olave this year than Jerry Jeudy.
I don't think either of those tight ends move the needle. Like I don't think the tight end's the one that puts us over the edge for the other team to get the deal done. Definitely when they have Kyle Pitts. I don't think they view they'd rather have Kyle Pitts than both those guys. So like I just feel like it's an unnecessary move that we're making. We're giving ourselves. I want to find a different path because I don't think that's why the deal is going to get done. The guy's not going to accept it because we offered Njoku or Kraft. Like maybe Kraft will get it done. He likes it. I love how Jordan Love was talking up Tucker Kraft this past week, like big time. Of all the people he has there as weapons, he was talking up Tucker Kraft and figuring out, say, we got to find out ways to get him the ball more. I just don't think Garrett, like what we're giving up I don't think that moves his needle. Like, I think there's a different path that we have to, like, we could probably go that gets excites him more.
You can find it.
I'm not saying like, am I overly worried about it? No, but I don't think that person values that enough. That's why, like, if we didn't include that, I don't think that alters what we're doing no matter what. Like, I don't think that's the one to go. That's how the deal gets done. You got to throw me Njoku or Kraft in a 10-man league. That's not tight end.
I think it would. They have Kyle Pitts. They need another tight end. So
but they're not trying to win. Like they're not even trying to. Like we're taking away from them. What do they care about? Like older David Njoku. I don't think that's. I just disagree. I guess is the best way to say it. I think us offering 3-6, 226 first, 26 third. I'm gonna try to get Judy I mean, I'm tempted.
I tried to get Judy. You didn't want him, so
I do
figure
want
it
you.
out.
Because I mean, I don't know why we're like with the team we have. Like, we don't need to like take these. Like, why are we like taking unnecessary? Like,
What's the risk, Rich? I don't understand the risk.
Brees Hall's a
you're talking
risk,
about.
Garrett. Like, it's a risk.
Chris Olave is a risk.
I understand that. And then we're going to first. I don't like. You're right. This isn't enough to get Jerry Judy right thrown in. It's not enough.
So we throw in
Yeah,
a
we win
backup
it by
tight end and we
3,000
get
points.
it done.
Okay, fine. Throw in your tight end. It's not going to be enough. And then if somebody gets hurt, we're screwed. I would like. Now what are we giving up for another tight end? Like, what are we doing?
You give up a second and you get Zach Ertz. Like in a 10-team league, it's very easy to get a backup tight end. I am not stressing about a backup tight end in a
I'm just saying
10-team
if we need
league
to start
with no tight end premium. Like
I would
that's
be
not a
prepared.
priority.
I need to be prepared. I'm trying to win. I'm looking at all angles. Like if Njoku got hurt, like I'm against it.
Oh, never mind. We're good.
It doesn't even mean Johnny Smith is going to be good this year. He might be on the Dolphins. Might go to the Steelers.
But neither might Kraft or Njoku. Like none of these tight ends are guaranteed. That's why we're not talking about Brock Bowers or Trey McBride. We're talking about hopeful upside tight ends.
Yeah, but again, Garrett, I'm just saying is I don't think that's enough. Like I don't think that's why the deal will get done. Like I feel like you're right. They are devalued. That's why I'm saying like why? What's the even point of throwing in and like giving ourselves something else to worry about? Like why can't we just find like that's my whole point. Like I'm with you. Like I'm not arguing about the point of the value of the tight end. I'm just saying we're giving away, and I don't think that does anything to like change his mind. I really don't. Like when he's trying to lose anyways, like offer him, like what's the point? Like hold on to that. Like it's one of our most shallow positions. So like why not hold on to it and just offer like more draft capital that we think is going to be late. We have 227 first. I'm offering them multiple thirds and like throwing some seconds or two. Offer 2 seconds, offer 2 thirds. Like I'd rather give that than give up the tight end and like have to worry about if we're going to try and trade a second later for like a guy like Johnny Smith, why don't we just offer those picks now and keep them is my point. Like, and give a couple more picks just not to worry about it. Like now we have to worry about somebody holding us against it or trying to find that tight end or get desperate. Like,
sure. I'm fine with that, but I put together the framework of this deal. I'm not living and dying by the tight end, but I'm saying I would like to get Jerry Jeudy on this team because I think he's equal, or if not better than Chris Olave this year. And I think Brees Hall gives us a better chance at running back in giving up our 26 first in order to do it.
no, I agree with that too.
Okay.
So I'm not, yeah, I agree with you, but I just get it slightly different. I think we're on the same value wise. It's just, I just don't want to make that move and have to worry about it later.
Okay.
That's all. I mean, I think this guy having Jalen Waddle is definitely willing to move Jerry Jeudy. And you're right. In 10-team leagues, a lot of teams consider themselves contenders. This guy might have the mindset like, oh, I need to trade one of my receivers for a running back too, right? Like that's one of those things as well. Like he might think I just need it because he has Pat Mahomes, Justin Herbert. Like he might think I need 10-man team stuff are tough. You're right because a lot of teams consider themselves contenders, except for the bottom guy. Now the fact that this guy had to one, he has the one. Oh, wait, hold on, Garrett. He has the 1-1. He's added an Ashton Genty too.
Yeah. So he's going to be right there on the cusp.
Yeah,
There's no for sure rebuilding teams in this league, which is difficult.
So okay, so let's start over because this guy's going to add Ashton Genty. He's not going to make this deal. I'm telling you now. Look at that receiving core. He thinks he's going to get Ashton Genty, and he probably believes in Brees Hall.
Kyle Pitts is going to bounce back.
Still in the roster, still praying to the Kyle Pitts gods that he's going to turn into year one Kyle Pitts. So go back to our team, Pete, because our team is just fine. We're number one in contender mode. You know what I mean? Like.
Who does Team 4 have at running back right now? It would be interesting to see, like, if we did want to upgrade, because this team is a good team, but they are very shallow at wide receiver. They're okay at tight end. Like, they're missing some elite potential pieces. They might look at themselves and have a hard look in the mirror, kind of like the last team that had Josh Allen and CMC did, and say, am I really a contender anymore? Like with that receiving core, I would argue I'm not sure that they are, honestly.
They're definitely not.
So I think this is a team that we talk to and we say, hey, like Derrick Henry straight up for Chuba. Like that might get it done, honestly. Yeah, we're losing a couple years potentially, but maybe not.
Who's our receivers again? Can we throw this guy receiver?
Because I think right now, ADP wise, I think both of those guys are drafted within a round of each other.
I wonder if we could like. I'm thinking, because I'm with you. Like, oh, if you can get Derrick Henry on our roster, they move Chuba. Like, and I wish there was like a receiver we just. But I don't want to give up. I don't want to make his team better by giving any of those receivers.
Right.
And I don't think he's going to make a lateral move and trade us Derrick Henry for Chuba. I just don't see that happening. So we have Jalen. Like, I feel, dude, honestly, like we have 227 first.
Chuba in a second. Like if it took the second to do it, would you do it right now? Derrick Henry's ADP.
We don't have a second.
Going off the board at roughly the 60th player. Chuba's going off at roughly the 75th. So there's a little over a round difference.
I'm not doing anything right now with this team. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna let these teams. You have everybody probably thinks you're a contender. If you can find somebody who doesn't think they're a contender, I'm okay with that. But like you're gonna wait until the people start to realize they're not, and then you make your move and you move your 26 first for a running back. Like if you want the upgrade, and maybe you don't even have to. Maybe Chuba Hubbard's still a solid running back again now. Like you're fine. Maybe you don't even have to.
Sure.
Are you looking
a lot of improvements?
Are you looking for like just potential value buys like a ETN here if this guy's kind of squeamish, or are you just staying put?
I would offer him.
I'd rather go for Devontae Adams.
Yeah, I was going to say, Garrett, you remind. I was going to say I would offer him my first for Travis Etienne and Devontae Adams.
Oh, that's a good one.
Because I'm starting Devontae Adams, and then I got Travis Etienne's upside, like which I'm in the PPR game, and I'm totally okay with that. And then that still allows me to make a lateral move to move one of my running backs down the road.
Mm-hmm.
And what are you doing? Like you're adding yourself a little bit more depth, right? Like
right.
And you're getting.
This team will have 3 2026 firsts. So
this guy's definitely looking to move.
Yeah,
I would like now. Preferably, would you offer? Do you feel more comfortable offering this guy that you're going to do the Olave in your first deal for Adams and Josh Jacobs? Again,
Olave in the first for Adams and Josh Jacobs.
Is that you know what I mean? Like with our depth on our team, again, I don't think that's something we even have to do. Like here's what I think with this team. Here's what I think we're doing, Garrett. I think because he submitted a roster rescue, we're just trying to find a trade for him, like to make a move when he doesn't even need to make a move right now. Like, yeah, would we like, dude, he's got Kenneth Walker and Chuba Hubbard. Like Kenneth Walker, if he plays and he's healthy, could be a top 7 fantasy football running back. Like
he definitely can, but I don't hate that idea that you just threw out there because we do then get a slight bump on Chuba because I would prefer, like right now in my starting lineups, I would put Josh Jacobs ahead of Kenneth Walker. So we upgraded RB2 and in terms we upgraded RB3 as well. Then Devontae Adams over Chris Olave for this year. What's that?
Yeah, but that's just like that's a now move again. We don't necessarily because Calvin Ridley could produce Devontae Adams numbers easily. So that like Calvin Ridley is our Devontae Adams. So we don't even need to do that. And like then we're giving up a 20.
I'm not going to say that. I mean, it's been a long time since Calvin Ridley's been a wide receiver one. Let's not
100%. But we don't need to start either. You know, we have Nico and Justin Jefferson. So like we just need Calvin Ridley, Chris Olave, or Jaden Reed to pan out, right? Like what I don't like to do there again is like now we're getting rid of Chris Olave, who's our third young because Ridley's about done, like just about Adam is. And now like our 227 first, we're searching for a receiver, and which should be easy to do in 27.
It's going to be an easier class.
We're just trying to I think the best thing for this team, Garrett, is just wait, let these teams start to fall off, and then get that discount at running back. Like you're going to get a discount at running back. There's 10 team, and these guys are going to unload, and they're going to realize they can't win. You're the number 1 team, so like there's nothing desperate here we need to do. We have Saquon. We have the guy who be number 1 running back overall. Period. Like so, our running back 2, like where we're strong at everywhere else too, at Justin Jefferson, Nico. And Saquon, like our running back 2 is fine. Like we're trying to upgrade it. It's nice, but like we have great running back 2s. Not good. We have great ones in Kenneth Walker and Chuba Hubbard. So, and honestly, like I like Jalen Wright too. So like I feel good about that. Like I think
real quick before we end this one, because we're gonna wrap it up here in just a second. Yeah. Do any of those bottom teams have either Josh Allen, Jaden Daniels, or
Hurts?
Hurts could be, depending on the cost. I'm not paying a ton to upgrade from Baker to Hurts. Like I'd pay a tiny bit, but not much. All right, Jaden on this team. I would I would be willing to pay to upgrade to Daniels on if this team is open to it. They might not be. They look like a little bit more of a rebuild team, so they might not be willing. But I'd at least entertain the conversation of like, hey, what would it take to upgrade from Baker to Jaden Daniels and just see what he wants.
Well, I'd offer, hey, is there any quarterback you want off my roster in my first for Jaden Daniels?
I think that I would be willing to do a first in one of my quarterbacks as well.
Any quarterback, yeah.
Yep. So he might shut it down right away. Or he might say, hey, it's a 1 QB league. Yeah, I'm willing to talk.
And he's got Jordan Love too. So he's like, okay, he's bound to be a quarterback one again.
Worth a shot, because then that actually does help you have a difference maker at that position.
Yeah. It's weird. Sometimes like maybe you got that number one over team because you made a lot of trades and like you want to, like sometimes the best moves you make are the moves you don't make, right? Like, I mean, how many times in playing Dynasty, Garrett, have you like made a trade, like you're aggressively trying to make a trade and you just can't get the trade done? And you're like, man, I won that trade. And then like 6 months later, you're like, oh dude, thank goodness that trade didn't go through. You know what I mean? Like
100%.
That's happened to me 100 times. We're like, oh man, thank God I chickened out the last minute or backed out the last minute, or he backed, like a lot of times, like how he backed out. And like, no many times, like, cause I'm a bitter bitch. Like how many times I've screenshotted old trades and sent them to people like, I bet you wish you'd accepted this now, don't you? You know what I mean? Like, like again, what looks like an overpay today is an underpay tomorrow, right? Like, so much can change. Like value changes in Dynasty so quickly. Right. And for me, like sometimes my team is so good, you get these owners out there that like they're and I love them. God bless them. They keep leagues thriving, but like some people just like to trade. I remember Tyler Gunther. I mean, does anybody like to trade more just to trade than Tyler Gunther?
Yeah. He was always, everyone was always available. Yeah. And he was always, it wasn't just that they were available. He was always sending out offers too.
Always. And he thought it was good for the league and he just liked to make trades. That's what for him, Dynasty wasn't really, everybody wants to win, but the funnest thing for him was to make trades all the time, nonstop, and he never won because of it, but like, that's the move though. Like, and that's fine. Those are great owners. I love them in my leagues and that's how you better your team. But like, sometimes the move is just like, Dynasty is also just a game of patience, right? Like, too many players are quick to like overreact on news or get scared. Like, hey, let everything kind of play itself out. And right now, as we are here in mid-June, like that team, never we're a team like that where you're number one. Let those bottom teams come to you. The one thing that's not going to lose value, definitely in a 10-team league, is your first round pick. That never loses value at any point. You can be the last pick or the number, like obviously the picks range in value, but a first round pick never loses its value for its draft slot. So that team doesn't need anything. And maybe what if something happens? He loses 2 receivers. Now he does need Devontae Adams, right? Okay. Now I can move that for that. We were just trying to find a path there to like upgrade already a solid position at running back. He could upgrade quarterback. He could upgrade at running back for sure. He could upgrade at tight end. Let that league come to you and then use those picks. And honestly, you have 227 first as well. So like, you might be in a position where you give up that 26 first and your 27 first and get a haul from somebody now that's ready to rebuild, right? Now you're getting somebody willing to give you a little bit more because they just want to get those players off your roster and they want your draft picks. So we're saying your 26 first, maybe you give up more.
Absolutely. Well, guys, that wraps things up for this edition. Oh, go ahead, Pete.
Just really fast. Andrew's team countered the big boy trade. CMC plus Josh Allen for 3 firsts. That's a little bit.
It's a little steep.
Yeah, I love your counter. That's at that point. Because here's the thing, right? He said he's willing to do a first for CMC. I'm not giving up 2 firsts in a 1 QB league for Josh Allen.
Quarterback.
No.
Tell me what your quarterback room. Just go like, you know what, man? I can't give that much first for Allen. I appreciate it. I guess I'll settle and give you my first for CMC. And just before he changes his mind and before he gets bitter at you because you're not taking his trades, like if he won't take that deal for the old 2 running backs, fine. Go ahead and make the move for CMC.
Yep. I agree. I'm fine with the counter though. I think the counter was fine. I would be willing to make that work. But I'm not giving up any more than that.
Agree.
Perfect.
Awesome. Well, appreciate you guys. Reminder, you can, just because we're not live on the air, doesn't mean you can't submit a roster rescue. So even while we're gone, you can get those done ahead of time. And sometimes we get so many during the week that we do bonus episodes of roster rescue just because we have so many guys wanting to talk trades. I get it. It's the dog days of summer, but you guys are still active. So we're here to make sure that we are with you all the way through. So with that, appreciate you guys. Rich, anything else to tell the folks before we get out of here?
No, just it's Dynasty Summer. This is what we're doing. Kind of looking at rosters, looking at trades. Like, you know, I people that talk to me about Dynasty, I'm like, hey, can we just I do this for that in June and July is where like it's a big outlook on Dynasty. So no, just keep enjoying the summer and let's keep working on these rosters and keep kind of, like I said, I just made a big trade today. I told you I got Drake London. So
I'm trades.
I'm throwing. This is what you do in the summer. What do you do when you're in your bathroom and you're bored? You look at your team. You bring up the league analyzer and see needs help, and you're throwing trades out there and you're trying to win. And I wanted Drake London. I'm a big believer, and I got there. I gave it by NUKE and Olave. Totally comfortable with that, right? We went back and forth like for a week and a half on it, and finally the offer I sent that he rejected a week ago, he finally accepted because he saw I wasn't giving any more. That happens too. It's part of Dynasty. It's going back and forth and negotiating. And if you can't do that, on to the next team. Like when I'm bored, this is what I do. I go in the league analyzer, I look at teams, and I'm throwing trades out there just to throw them out there because you never know what's going to never. So that's it. See you next week.
Absolutely.
No, I won't be here. I'll be in Cooperstown for travel baseball, Cooperstown baseball. I will not be here next Monday. So I'll see you guys all in 2 weeks.
Perfect. Any other updates for us, Pete?
Nope. Are we still doing the next person who drops a nuke, even if it's off the stream? Are we doing that still, or what?
Nope. Once the stream's over, the deal is over.
Okay.
The only one person took advantage of it today, but we'll throw it out again randomly. It's not going to be every week. It's not going to be every show. We'll throw it out randomly just because we love you guys.
Okay. See you guys.